still an admin. Adam's got 2 ults, basically. How does Adam have 2 ults? Cap is a low S tier. No, I think Cap is A tier. I don't think he's S tier. And I love Cap. You're talking to a person who plays Cap and who hasn't lorded. Like, I love Cap. Where's Black Widow? Black Widow is for the vibes, man. For the vibes. Adam is right where he needs to be. Yeah, Adam, unfortunately, is just really low. He's just, that's where he's at. Visible Woman does not counter D. What? Yes, he does. Get out of here. Get out of here. And I mean that in the most respectful way. You don't have to leave. But like, Invis counters every dive. Don't tell me that she doesn't counter every dive. Where's Deadpool? Depends on which Deadpool you're talking about. He can't be played. You have to leave him open for Portal. Who? Strange? What? Okay. Double D. Because obviously you're a Daredevil main. Obviously. My question to you is, what's your rank? Because I promise you, in higher elo, Daredevil, if there's an Invis, you want to make sure Invis is gone. I promise you, if you're playing in higher elo, you want Invis gone and you want Gambit gone. Because then you can do a lot better in their backline as Daredevil. But to sit here and tell me that Invis will not counter Daredevil is crazy to me.
I'm about to make a name.
It's crazy to me. Why Skulking Dagger A? She's got a huge healing buff. Always impossible for me to out heal her. Okay, so again, and I said this earlier, Cloak and Dagger is very good at healing with her bubble, and she has a good veil. However, her healing tick is very slow. She does not out heal an Invis. She does not out heal a Gambit. She does not out heal Loki. She does not out heal a Luna. She's very slow when healing. Very slow with healing. Her ult is really good and heals very quickly, but when she's just playing to heal the team, there are other people who do it better. Where's Iron Man? Iron Man is B tier. What rank am I? I am, I mean, if you look at the stream, what does that look like right there? I'm just saying. Move up Rocket? No, because Rocket, again, Rocket is good at healing. But if there's a Phoenix on the field, Rocket ult becomes useless. So
I'm about to make a name for myself here.
And it's situational, because if Rocket doesn't understand how to play Rocket and you're just playing Rocket as a casual player and you put the Rocket ult in front of the entire enemy team, that Rocket ult is going to be useless. You have an AoE healing, which is what Luna does. You have AoE healing with Loki. You have AoE healing with Invis, and you have AoE healing with, or not AoE healing, but you have healing overall with Gambit. They do it better. Rocket is right where he needs to be. Captain America in S tier? I don't think Cap belongs in S tier. I think he's a very strong he's a very strong tank as an off tank. But as to sit here and tell me that Cap belongs in S tier by himself doesn't make sense. Tank pool is an A tier. Strength ult easily countered by no one's ult and a lot of what? Hold on. Strange ult is easily countered by none. I'm really confused on what you're trying to say. A lot of heroes can cancel it. Yeah, exactly. But that's, you don't put Strange in there because of his ult. You put Strange because of his utility. His ult is strong. To sit here and tell me that Strange ult isn't strong, and the fact that he can get it faster, it makes you're no way. Where's Wolverine? Wolverine's an S tier. Wolverine's so strong right now. Poke out, basically Poke will kill Wolverine and counter Wolverine. But to sit here and to lie and say like Wolverine was not strong is to literally not understand the game. Kismet, thank you so much for the golden buzzard. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Do I think Cap needs a buff? Yes, I do. I personally, if I were to say Cap needed a buff, here's what I would say what Cap would have. Cap needs another shield throw, another E. If he had 2 shield throws, right, at 5-second cooldowns, I think Cap would be a menace in the backline. And I think that would make him more viable. I think that's what he needs. He needs a little bit of a damage buff. Heal pool belongs in A. No, Daredevil does not belong in S+. Not anymore. He did last season, not this season. Torch is B. If he had that, where would he be? If Cap had his buffs, what I'm talking about with the 2 shield throws, he's easily S tier. Easily one of the most annoying tanks to deal with. Because he doesn't have what's the word I'm looking for, chat? He doesn't have that what's that called? Oh my god. I'm blanking out here, chat, and I apologize. For those who don't know, I'm a vet, and I have some health issues. Sometimes I can forget words, so feel free to jump in anytime. He doesn't have what's the word I'm looking for, chat? Oh my god. Cap doesn't have that. A threat. He's not a threat. He doesn't feel like a threat in the backline, right? He feels like a tickle monster sometimes. Can he deal a lot of damage at once? Yes. Right? He's not a threat in the backline, right? If he had 2 shield throws though, 2 of those shield throws does a lot of damage, right? And it bounces. So if he had 2 of those shield throws, he becomes more of a threat. Okay, he becomes more of a threat. You don't remember 2? Oh man, that makes 2 of us. He doesn't. He becomes more of a threat, and then you have to deal with him. Right now, you can kind of ignore Cap in the back line, just heal yourself, and you're fine. But if you gave him more damage potential, he becomes more of a threat. Right? He needs to be force out utilities. He does force out utilities, but you can have literally like I love Cap. Right? I love Cap. I want people to understand that I love Cap. I wish Cap was a higher tier, but if I'm looking this objectively, Cap does not have a threat in the backline. He's not a threat in the backline. You can literally ignore him, right? If you're a support, you can ignore him and heal your other support, and he doesn't even do enough damage for you guys to do anything. He just sits back there and he forces out 1 utility for 1 support. If you guys talk to each other, he doesn't push out enough support utility. However, if he had more damage potential and he had 2 shield throws, now he becomes even more of a threat to deal with because of the fact that he's going to force out more utility. Okay? He's going to force out more utility. What's my favorite cologne? That's a weird question. I don't know. That's my wife. Why is BP not B? He's very good this season. I don't think he's you just go Thing. Literally, go Thing, go Fantastic, and BP becomes useless. What's my main? I'm a strategist main, but I can flex to any other character. Phoenix is an S+ tier. I love that we're still consistent that DD is an S+ tier character. He's not. He's not. You think BP needs a buff desperately? No, I don't think BP needs a buff. I think he's dependent on his team. I think if you ban Thing and you ban Thing and you ban Penny, maybe?
I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Maybe Penny. No, I would say ban Thing, ban Invis, and BP can run the lobby. Groot can make it more difficult for BP, but a good BP can jump over the walls. It's not that hard. He can climb walls. You gotta remember that. Am I doing VODs today? Maybe, yeah. Why Thor is S? Because Thor is really good. Have you played against a Thor recently? Thor is annoying as hell. He's always been annoying, but now he's even more annoying. Punisher, he's an A tier. Yes, the person who drew my PNG tuber is Sundance Fox, and she was actually in the stream earlier. I don't know if they're still here. Yeah, she drew this. She's awesome. You're here for the vibes? Yeah, Thor is fun to play, not fun to play against though. Honestly. Where's Rogue? Rogue, she's an A tier. Bucky's an S tier. Where's Bucky? Bucky's an S tier. Bucky's an admin. He's super strong. But if you have a Gambit on the team, you cancel his ult. So, you know, that's why he's not an S+ tier. If Gambit's in the game, Bucky is an S tier. If Gambit's out of the game, he's an admin. Yeah, Bucky's over D&D 100%. Daredevil suffers against a good Bucky. He uppercuts the Daredevil. He's grounded. He slows him. He pulls him. He's dead. Done. Why would I put Star-Lord in an S+ tier? Because he's super easy right now. He's one of the... This is not good takes. Brother. Take your head out of your rear end and think about this objectively. Let's be real. Daredevil is a good character, but he is not an S tier character anymore. Okay, his buffs literally nerfed him. Or sorry, his nerfed him to the ground. He has one take. He's super slow. You bait out his deflect, and he's no good anymore. You ground him. You literally go Thing to ground him, Fantastic to ground him, Bucky to the counter, pull him, shoot him in the head. He's done. Star-Lord is super high because he has high mobility. He is really good with his ult, right? He uses his E to damage a large area. He can farm his ult really, really fast, and he can take out your entire backline. Star-Lord is one of the best DPS in the game. He has so many evades and he can get in and out of situations all the way. Black Widow for the vibes. Exactly. Tank pool is S+. Tank pool, I wouldn't put in S+. I wouldn't put tank pool in S+. He's a very good tank, but there are other tanks that do it better. Like if you were to sit here and tell me I'm going to solo as tank pool, you wouldn't be able to do it. He's a very good off tank, however. He's really, really good as an off tank. Like if you have a Magneto and a Deadpool, I think he becomes an S tier tank at that point. Right? What elo is this list for? It's for casuals. It's not the top 500. Because why am I going to do a tier list for only the 500 people that are in top 500 people? That makes no sense. This is a casual tier list. Like when people come in here and talk about then this isn't too bad. Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm going to sit here and tell people this is what top 500 players are going to play events, how is that helping the casual player? There's over 500,000 people that are not in top 500. Why am I going to do a tier list that doesn't help the remaining amount of people? You know what I'm saying? Like this is a casual tier list. If it's casual, why have a tier list in the first place? Because people want to know. And this is my opinion, right? A tier list on any streamer's tier list is their opinion, right? Think about this. If you're watching a streamer do a tier list, it's their opinion based on what they feel the game's characters are. You go to every streamer, they're going to have a different tier list. They might have some crossover, right? But for the most part, it's not going to have the same effect. Thank you so much for the GoTo Live. I appreciate you. This is definitely a more accessible tier list for the learning for the gaming. Exactly. That's exactly what I try to do. For those who don't know, I am a game designer by trade. I don't do that anymore. I'm a disabled veteran now. I stay home and I try to make content for people and stuff. And like people have known me for years now, and I try to do my best to like give my opinion on things. Thank you guys so much for the follows. I really do appreciate it. But I give you the idea of what to do in certain situations. Where's your Go Wolverine? He's an S tier. Hey, what's up, Baba? How you doing? Do you think you can still climb and be helpful as any character? I mean, you can force a character and you can force a character if you have the right skill set. You can force any character into any comp. Is it the best thing to do? No. Are you going to have a lot of losses? Maybe, depending on the character, right? And your skill level. But I mean, you can climb with almost any character if you have the right team comp. Honestly, where's Magic? Magic is an S tier. Rogue is an A tier. Why is Venom in S and not an S+ tier? Because Venom is an off tank, right? Just like Thor. Thor's an off tank. They're really strong. They're very strong tanks. They're just not good by themselves, right? You can play a whole team with just a Strange. You can play a whole team around the Magneto. You can play a whole team around Groot. You can't play a whole team around Venom. You're just not going to be able to. Your mid range and your backlines are going to get shredded. They're just going to get shredded. It's not possible. You just go Moon Knight. If you're getting dove by Venom, Moon Knight just escapes and then onks your backline. Your backline's cooked.